y'all, welcome back to Holistic Flow. I am your girl, Lolo, and today I'm going to be talking about a couple of ways in which you can tell you're ready to start a lock journey. I'm going to be looking at this topic with a new lens you may not have seen before, going on a lock journey from a holistic perspective, because this is Holistic Flow and we're over here flowing holistically. So we're gonna look at it through a perspective of changing on the inside, that on the outside you want to change your outward appearance to match what's on the inside. Before I get into this video, if you are new here to my channel, hello. Here on Holistic Flow, we are creating a safe space, a space for self-love, self-growth, and maturity, and we're taking a journey towards an overall better mind, body, and spirit connection. So if you're with that, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, turn on your notifications so you know when I upload a new video. Thank you so much, and let's get into it. The first sign you're ready to start a lock journey is that you clicked on a video titled, How I Know I Want to Start a Lock Journey. Basically, you do a lot of research on lock videos, how to maintain locks, how to start locks. Maybe you're interested in the process of locking hair itself. Maybe it interests you the science behind how Afro textured hair just jumbles all up in each other. That's fascinating to me too. Somebody may be able to go to your YouTube history and it could be full of lock videos, or they go on your Pinterest boards and you just have Pinterest boards full of people with locks. So if the idea of locking has interested you in the past months or even years, then you might be ready to start. And maybe you've decided in your head that you know you want to start locks, but you're just waiting for the time or the opportunity to present itself. You know when people may say, the right time is now, it's always the right time. Well, that's really up to you, because some believe that there's a right place and time for everything. Sometimes opportunities really aren't meant for you at this time in this season in your life. Sometimes we don't have to chase them. It will just all unfold at the right place at the right time. I encourage everybody to never feel rushed into starting a journey, especially one such as this. It's all based on your perception of how you perceive the importance of your hair. Like I hinted at in the beginning of this video, this isn't just an outward thing. It's an outward expression of an inside revelation. Ooh, kind of leads me to the second way you know you're ready to start locks, is that you may feel a desire to connect with your deeper self inside, your inner self, your little inner voice, whatever that means to you. You're ready to start kind of another spiritual journey with yourself. According to psychology, there are two main parts of ourself. There's the ego self and the divine self. The ego self is like the lower version of ourselves. It's kind of like the devil on one shoulder and then the angel on the other shoulder. I don't like to think of people as the devil, but whatever visualization you want to have. The ego self is like this shoulder over here. So loves things such as guilt, shame, greed, all that nasty stuff. And I would venture to say that the ego self is kind of where we are most of the time, but the divine self is our higher self. So on this shoulder, it's kind of the higher power that we connect with, where intuition comes from, spiritual gifts. It's the purest form of ourself. Every human being, at least I believe, wants to be more on the side of the divine self because it feels better and it feels like you have a heightened awareness. Going on a lock journey definitely helps you connect with your higher self, because there's a lot of things in your journey that get exposed, because again, it's an outward expression of an inward revelation. If you have heard of the chakras, or if you haven't heard of them, don't let the word kind of scare you or throw you off, because the chakras are just another word for the energy centers of your body. And you probably know that we are all energetic beings. So the root chakra is just another word for the energy at the bottom of the spine. Your third eye chakra, the pineal gland that's located in your brain. The crown chakra, the crown of your head, or your hair. Our hair carries energy, if you didn't know. Our hair is an energy center because that's where our crown chakra is. The different energy that our body carries is what connects us with the cosmos, the universe. This is why our hair is such a symbol of so many things: beauty, power, strength, divinity. Allowing your hair to be closer to its purest, most natural form is getting closer with your spirituality. By the way, if you haven't checked out any of my videos on hair and spirituality, spirituality, or head wraps and spirituality, or African American spirituality and Afro texture hair, I recommend you go ahead and check those out either now or after my video. It's your choice. But as a part of African spirituality, they believe that since our hair is the closest thing on our body to the heavens or to the sky, that it connects us with cosmos, the heavens, higher power, God. We call it our antennas because it really does help us connect with so many different things, including this inner self that I was just talking about. Speaking of hair, number 3 is that you have possibly saw an increase in importance of covering your hair, whether it be by wearing head wraps or wearing hats. Maybe you've, whether consciously or unconsciously, started covering your hair more whenever you go out in public. Maybe you just like the way head wraps look, but for some reason you've just been led to start covering your hair more. That could be a guide toward putting more spiritual importance in the hair. So if you have started doing that, that may be a sign that you're ready to start a lock journey. By the way, a lot of men may think that head wraps are only for women. This is not true. Femininity is an energy. Masculinity is also an energy. The outward appearance of a man should not take away from their masculinity at all. However, society makes it so that we think differently, but that's not true. That's a whole other video. Anyways, wearing head wraps could also show that possibly you have stopped looking at your hair so much. And when I say stop looking at it, it doesn't so much mean that you've stopped taking care or maintaining, but it's more so that the physicality of it is not as important as maybe it once was. Which brings me to the 4th sign that you may be ready to start locks, which is you have stopped looking at your hair less and stopped looking possibly at yourself, your physical appearance less. And again, it's not coming from a self-esteem aspect or a decrease in self-esteem. It's actually the opposite. It is an increase in self-esteem. And this is my belief that someone who is less vain maybe feels less of a need to check to see if every single hair on their head is in place. They are less worried about physicality because they're less self-conscious. Self-conscious has to do with the physicality of ourselves, and really that's a reflection of how we fear others are seeing us versus what we are satisfied with ourselves looking like. To me, a decrease in vanity can show an openness to be more in tune with whatever your body naturally wants to do, whatever your hair naturally wants to do, because a lock journey is when your hair is getting closer to its most natural, most purest state. And like I said before, the energy of our hair is a reflection of our spirit on the inside, which just goes to show how much more of a spiritual journey a lock journey is. Number 5 is that you have more self-love and discipline. Self-love because you are ready to accept your full self. Our hair is like a plant. We feed our body, our soil. Our hair, like the leaves of a plant, grows depending on the things we feed our body. Sometimes with human beings, our plant may grow in a way we didn't expect it to grow. Self-love is accepting your plant unconditionally, however it wants to grow and whatever it wants to look like. You just accept that. I say discipline because when you're locked, you're committed. That can be a metaphor for other parts of your life, you know, like I guess relationships or friendships. Some people have what they call commitment issues because every time it's time to, you know, buckle down and get into something serious, they're scared of it. They back away from it. But it's always having to do with a certain insecurity that person has as to why they don't want to commit. This goes back to self-love and also vanity. When you don't love yourself unconditionally, it comes from insecurity. So these things all pretty much go hand in hand. Discipline shows that you are ready to commit, thus showing that you may be ready to lock your hair and accept yourself and accept your plant for how it wants to grow, as long as you're feeding your soil good, nourished things. And that's all for this video because the sun is going down and it's going down quick. So I hope you enjoyed it. And by the way, if you would like to see any videos from me on anything to do with locks and spirituality, self-confidence, any video requests that you have, please leave it down below or on any of my other videos because I would love to receive more video requests. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel if you like the videos. I hope to see you in my next video. Until then, I'm sending peace your way, love your way, and joy to you, your family, and your friends. All right, y'all. Peace.